After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wencesla's side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylanders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
I apologize, sire. I'll do everything in my power to...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly, we have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, but Rightfully so. These counselors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace, at least among themselves. Jobs does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities. And get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp's nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Margaret. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Raposh. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosh will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of it.
White it is. Quickly! If Raposh falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
He's marrying the young Lord of Bergstein. I sure did. Watcher made sure everyone heard. And who is this young Lord? I've never heard of. Yet another impoverished nobleman.
Then die.
Not the first to end up like that in the Sasau region. Well, a nice, rich bride with a fat dowry is going to take the thought out of his soul. Anyway.
You're right. I don't know about you, but I didn't end up like a horse hut over there.
I'm filled with cringe.
The defense of
How'd you like a wine, Chevalier?
the art of winemaking has a long tradition in recipes are passed on. I myself was practically even the king himself.
So you're not too keen on our stuff?
Comment dire? Let us say you still have much work if you try hard.
Baron, Vaku, Voku.
The roast was calling out to me, begging to be eaten.
I couldn't resist it either. Other than maybe an old I'd rather eat well. Not in France now.
Do you get it, Father? Please, call me Rabbi, Lord King. Oh, whatever. Fuck.
It's easy for you to say. You don't have to listen to it.
But I didn't ask for a wife.
You're talking bollocks. Once the ob's raised an army, he'll sit himself and run back to Hungary. Looking at him closely, I reckon he's more of a draft horse. There are a few of those around my mines, too.
I beg your pardon?
What kind of name is Bruce Phallus?
May I interrupt you for a...
You already did.
What's the matter?
Everyone keeps saying that I didn't believe... What are you blabbering?
Haven't you had...
Not at all.
No need.
Stop bothering us and go pester some... God bless.
Stand straight, Martin.
Bullocks, you're changing.
May I interrupt you for...
You already...
What's the matter?
Conrad, my friend, you vouch for me.
Good evening, my esteemed lady. I haven't yet had the opportunity to...
No matter. I know who you are. Although Martin hardly spoke of you. From...
Would you
Kindly introduce your two companions.
This is Lady Christina, second wife of Lord Binyik of North.
Nice to meet you, sir.
How come your husband didn't come?
Because he's been rotting for nearly...
I'm sorry to hear that.
I've been praying for it since the day Perhaps worldly powers will come to our aid once the promised army turns up.
What's your opinion of the oak?
That it's about time. Although at the onset it looked like everyone here. But in the end, it seems the agreement arrived at...
It's rather not...
It is, a bit. But that's all part of celebrating.
Wouldn't you prefer a little privacy?
Restrain your ardor. You're not the first to try and lure my girls somewhere. If you want to amuse yourself with them,
But I had no...
And while you're on your way, we're quite thirsty from all this. Be so kind and bring us another pitcher of wine. I don't know...
It's pronounced Bucephalus. Good day. God be with you.
About a horse, but a cock.
Jesus wept. All day long, they're trying to agree on something they won't remember in the morning. You farmyard thief!
The rat'll be good, I hope.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rootheart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of your fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. He wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty. Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Jesus! They're surrounding Christopher! He can't make it on his own. Fucking... Now you're mine, you bastard! Jesus!
You're mine!
Light him up!
I'll smash your face!
Step back! Stand your ground! Come here!
Next one will be in your face!
Hey, I need a hand here!
Nice, right!
Didn't see that coming, eh? Drive those horses out!
Yeah! Don't!
off me! Done with you in a flash. Keep it up!
He's done.
Haven't had enough yet! Why do I You're bleeding!
You're done here, horse. That was a close shave.
A little too close. Oh, fuck me. Did my eyes deceive me? Henry! Godwin! How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Oder and Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Conrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest, like...
What about my father? And Hanush? They left with Yobs long before that. But... not everyone was so lucky. Where did they go? Back to Rattay?
They've got to raise an army for us. And I hope they fucking hurry.
So we have a plan to counter Sigismund?
But, as you can see, our allies are getting scarce.
I'll gladly play dead for a while.
Be so kind. What happened, Godwin? Who died? Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stand a chance against those butchers.
You were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And they almost killed my brother.
But only almost. Good luck.
You have a brother? Where is he?
He's upstairs in the hall. He's alive, but he's severely wounded. I don't...
Old grievances aside, Odorin is an ally, the same as Rutard and Botchek.
Oh, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's a money-grabbing magpie. But I won't give up. We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway. We don't even know where von Berghow took them.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
I was standing a few steps from von Aulitz when he told Sigismund I was pouring them wine, and had to listen to how Sigismund was going to give him Raborsch.
It was a horrible feeling. Not being able to do anything about it.
And what could you possibly do?
Kill them. Both of them.
My fingers would itch too. Was there any knife flying around? Or at least a fork?
Do you know what that would cause?
The war would end.
But at what cost? After Sigismund's death, his army would be cut loose. They'd ransack the city and kill anyone in their way.
Do you like watching those foreigner dogs rampaging around and slaughtering innocents? Who else has to die before we do something about it?
Tell us about it. We were neck deep.
Well, not you.
Fuck you, Jan. I'd trade places with you in a heart.
We've lost a lot of allies. We'll have trouble finding new ones. They'll be afraid to even peep against Sig.
Well, are you surprised? Look around. Sigismund showed everyone what's coming for all who resist him.
Is there anything we can do?
Definitely not right now. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey.
And what am I supposed to do? Can I help somehow?
You've done enough, don't you think?
And I'm sure Liechtenstein can't wait to find out what was discovered.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He asked the councillors to ransack the Jewish quarter. That is, he ordered it, more like.
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people there.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall.
They're our allies. We have to help them.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. I can just see them all jumping to their feet and...
Maybe Samuel will figure something out. He wanted to talk to you anyway.
He's here too.
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as possible. And tell Liechtenstein too.
Anyway, we've got work to do. Godwin?
Give me a moment. I'll go and see Christopher first. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know about it. I'll be with Christopher.
Well, the meeting was over. No, you almost took the hit from...
Good to see you both. Alive.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much worse scrapes laughing.
They could well have... If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berkhoff could have caused a lot more harm.
Even a man like you can't know everything. At least you're all alive.
Well, not all of us. They killed Lady Anna of Volstein, and many other nobles.
And they captured our closest and most influential allies. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on our side.
We'll figure out a way to help them.
But how? Our plans are ruined.
Get a grip. Whining doesn't help anyone.
You're right. When I drink too much wine, I get overwhelmed with self-pity. Nevertheless, I have to admit it can't get much worse.
Actually, it might. And very soon. At Sigismund's council, an order was given to ransack the Jewish quarter.
God's wounds! We need to get back to the city and warn them.
I'm going with you.
Out of the question. You'll be more useful if you stay here and help Shishka. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel. I'll try to get someone else to join. When Jobst finds out...
What are you doing here in
That's a good question.
You're not.
I gave him some info. Jobst thinks...
You don't believe Job's plan?
Trusting your own and the backup, they can't do much.
Why are the Jews helping you?
Because I asked them. Most Christians avoid Jews. Besides, the local Jewish community have never...
They know von Berg?
Sadly, they do. Those who survived...
Why would he need convincing?
Sigismund has made many enemies in Kuttenberg, but he's not stupid.
He just made them...
I'd rather call it...
It's complicated. This isn't just because they can't.
So you're sending...
You could say... If it were... So many dead.
Good boy. Good boy.
Isn't that disrespectful?
That's an understatement.
Right, too.
The dead are scattered outside. There are crows.
You did. But I...
Sam, I need to have a...
Uh-huh. That makes two of us.
Just tell him. You may not get another chance.
I talked to Godwin.
What did you talk about? Me?
We talked about your stepfather, Martin.
Why? Neither of you knew him.
It's true, I did not. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? I recognized the Master's symbol. Well, the thing is, I am Martin's son.
What? Pa's son? How did...
Yes, his son.
Are you sure? We look the same age, and... Martin lived with me and Ma as long as I can remember.
When I was born, he was already long gone.
And... what does that make us, then?
Nothing. Proof, perhaps, that both your god and mine have a sense of humor. You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, it would be easier. But now that I know I will never see him, it troubles me that I did not get to know him.
I can tell you about him if you want. This is not the end. We have to go to Kuttenberg, now. Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people in the Jewish...
The king has approved...
He's no king to me. He's a fuck...
What's a gezerah?
That is hard.
Nonsense. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless. Ransack their houses and divide the loot. And all that with the king's...
This is what we were afraid of. But we did not expect Sigismund to be in such a hurry. We need to get back into the city and get the people out. Will you come with us, Henry?
I'll come. And Liechtenstein already knows about it too.
Very well.
Let's not waste time.
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen and feared the worst.
Kubienka? What brings you here?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feast here, so I came to grab a bit of meat. And I see, instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do something fast. We have to get to Kuttenberg. Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course. I borrowed it too.
Could you stop blabbering already?
Easy, Ingele. And you, sir?
All right. But could you please tell me what the fuck is going on?
I'll explain to you on the way.
Are you coming too, Sir John?
Of course. Let's go then.
Burekata Adonai.